What's up, everybody? I'm DJ Cass, and of course, I am back here exclusively to PWFEmpire.com, my NXT recap. And of course, I hope you guys enjoy my new intro. I'm going to try out some new things here as I get these videos going because I need to get these videos back up. But yeah, tonight we had NXT. Of course, we had the no disqualification match between Cassius Ohno and one Hideo Itami. We found out the future of one Auska as we kind of nudge, winked at earlier as she's going to the main roster, to which brand we do not know. And Andrade Almas was in action, so I'm going to get into that and all tonight here on my NXT review. And of course, let's get this started. We kicked off tonight's NXT tonight with a little bit of action with one Andrade Cien Almas taking on the NXT upstart, one Cesar Bononi, who this is a really good prospect that I've been looking at because he seems to get a little bit more TV time as the weeks go by. So I'm hoping to see something from him in the future. But this match honestly wasn't really anything to write home about. It's one of these NXT enhancement matches that we see from week to week. And it gives Andrade Almas a quick win. But I did like Cesar Bononi in this. Like, just one of the things that I caught in this match was Andrade was definitely more clean when it came to like his moveset, because I think Cesar tried to reverse a move and then it's like Andrade ducked and then gave him like a straight elbow right into the face. And the chop at the start of the match was very good. So this whole Zelina Vega, Andrade Almas stuff has been very good so far. I know on the house shows right now, Andrade Almas is challenging McIntyre for the NXT title. So that might be an NXT TV match or a takeover match, I'm hoping. But hopefully this leads to an NXT title match for Andrade Almas as the weeks go by. But yeah, good stuff from Andrade this week. And of course, we do get a bit of a recap from what happened last week after the main event when Roderick Strong defeated Bobby Roode's final in his final NXT match. Drew McIntyre made a statement by showing him the title, but then the group of honor, as I'm calling them for now, Adam Cole, Fish, and O'Reilly just beat down Drew McIntyre, the NXT champion. We still don't know what's up on this story, but I will say this, though. I mean, right now, the way NXT is doing this whole Agents of Chaos thing, I'm really digging. Here's the thing, it's just when WWE does these whole Agents of Chaos angles, they haven't really been able to do this like very good, because the last time that we did get something like that was the closest was probably the Nexus and the Core, but it's like you don't want to end up like these two or this group that's about to come up on NXT and be like the next like babyface just to take down, like really make these guys like an unstoppable force. And we did get a little bit of insight from William Rico saying that they can be part of NXT, they must fight in the ring, though. And we'll get this as a to be continued. Of course, back from commercial break on the network, we do get the interviewer who's trying to get Auska to see what the big reveal is. But however, we get the return of one Velveteen Dream. Of course, the former Patrick Clark. I will say, though, he really hasn't made an impact because I completely forgot that this dude was even part of the roster. But he said that he saw a man on NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 3 that needs to be dealt with. So I'm guessing we're going to get an Aleister Black Velveteen Dream feud. That's what I'm guessing right now. And if we do go in that direction, I wouldn't be opposed to that. Well, of course, up next, we get this one Lars Sullivan, a guy that NXT has been featuring very well. And, well, not very well, just like in a very prominent role so far. And they got him in this 3-on-1 handicap match. And of course, Lars Sullivan took on these three guys. He's like, I want all three of you guys in the ring. Again, a really squashed NXT enhancement match, but I honestly don't know what they see in this Lars Sullivan dude, but he's been featured in a prominent role in NXT so far, so I'm not giving up on him yet. I'm going to give him time for me, but yeah, they definitely need to do something. Like, I just don't know what this guy's shtick is. Like, right now I'm getting, like, Snitsky-like vibes from this dude, but yeah. Lars Sullivan is here to stay. Once again, another recap from last week's events from the Group of Honor attacking Sanity's Alexander Wolf, Killian Dane, and Eric Young. Of course, they're the NXT Tag Team Champions. First time I really heard anything for the new champs since NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 3. And all they say, they don't care. Eric Young said, we don't care where you're from or who you think you are. But Alexander Wolf came back saying, all we care about is chaos. Now, I know they want to go in the direction of Red Dragon versus Sandy, but here's the thing. I don't want them to rush into this very quick because they really need to really establish Red Dragon as a team in NXT before even giving them an NXT Tag Team Championship match. I just don't want them to rush through this program really quick and also give Sandy a good run with the belts. Up next, NXT Division Women's action, really. We have one Sonya Deville, who's been getting a prominent role in NXT as well, against one Zeta. And of course, once again, another NXT enhancement match. We got a lot of enhancement matches today on NXT, which is always fine in my book. I mean, wasn't really anything to this match. Of course, this is one to highlight one Sonya Deville. I've gotten on her in the past about the striking abilities in the ring, which haven't been very good. But I'll tell you what, though, that one knee strike that she gave to Zeta right in the chest, I think it was, a knee strike, and then into that instant tap out. I mean, that was very good. I'm fine with her having an MMA background and incorporating it into a gimmick, but really still need to see some more improvement from Sonya Deville, but I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. Of course, back on NXT, we're in the WWE PC, the Performance era, and interested to know, we had two stories accomplished in one setting. We had the continuation of the Danny Burch, Oney Lorcan saga. These guys have had two singles matches, and of course, Oney Lorcan won the first one, Danny Burch won the second. And this has just been built on respect. It's not about a championship, it's just about two competitors trying to prove that they're the best. And I know I'm probably going to get a lot of flack for this, but this so reminds me of the Kurt Angle, Chris Benoit, oh wait, who's that guy? Story that they're trying to go with. But anyway, yeah, it appears that they're going in the direction of a Danny Burch, Oney Lorcan tag team, which I am definitely not opposed to with my love of tag team wrestling, because they were practicing tag team maneuvers. Another thing that this segment accomplished was the continuation of the Ruby Riott, Billie Kay, Peyton Royce storyline, with Ruby Riott talking to William Regal on one handicap match, but William Regal's like, I'll give you a partner and you can have a tag match instead. So I was a really big fan of this segment because it accomplished two different things and it accomplished two different stories, so big fan of that. Of course, up next, main event time on NXT, it was the no disqualification match between one Cassius Ohno and Hideo Itami. This is, of course, one of the summer feuds that NXT had going on, but I think they're trying to wrap this stuff up. And this match I thought was very, very good, because I'm pretty sure everyone expected, as soon as they heard no DQ, we're going to get tables, ladders, chairs, weapons, whatever you want to call them. But the variations of a no DQ match are really they can do anything that they want to each other in the ring. You don't necessarily have to use weapons, which is kind of the thing why people kind of frown on no DQ matches. But yeah, this matchup was all over the place. We had a lot of stiff strikes. We got a fisherman suplex from Hideo on top of the ramp. That was very cool because I thought Cassius Ohno was going to get that. And how very apropos when it was Hideo Itami. I think Cassius Ohno was going for the elbow strike, and Hideo almost went for a low blow. And this I thought was just hysterical. Hideo's face after he got that massive low blow from Cassius Ohno. His face just had me dying laughing. And then of course Cassius Ohno hit the boot, and then the running elbow strike, and Cassius Ohno gets the win, which really shocked me because for Hideo Itami, who just turned heel, he's got that badassery to him back, part of his character, but it's kind of hard to take him seriously when he loses at times. I think Hideo Itami really could have used the win here more than Cassius Ohno, but at least both guys still look strong. I don't know. I think this is the end of the story between these two because I just don't see where else they could go after this. But yeah, really good no DQ match between Hideo Itami and Cassius Ohno. Of course, on next week on NXT, the news from William Regal, Ruby Riott will take on Billie Kay and Peyton Royce with a partner of their choosing, so that'll be interesting. And also next week, for the first time, I believe since May, Pete Dunne will make his return to the Full Sail Arena when he defends the UK Championship against one Wolfgang. Now, this is, of course, continuity from the tag team match taped after NXT TakeOver Brooklyn from NXT show, so I'm glad they're keeping that. So, very loaded episode next week. Of course, up next is the Auska unveiling segment, of course, this is where we kind of knew that the writing was on the wall that Auska got the call up to the main roster, and when Rhea introduced her, Auska says that she was very thankful for NXT. She's grown up so much, and to be honest with you, she has had a lot of the best matches that NXT has had in that women's division. I mean, the last woman standing match with Nikki Cross, the first match with Bayley at NXT Takeover Dallas, the return match in Brooklyn, the match that Auska had against Emma at NXT TakeOver London, just to name a few. Like, Auska really has been good for the NXT Women's Division despite the domination of her title reign. And of course, with her going up to the main roster, she has to relinquish the NXT Women's Championship. And of course, Triple H, which it's been a long time since this man has been on NXT TV. Not to mention the streaks that she has broken, the milestone she has passed, surpassing Goldberg's undefeated reign at 523. So Auska will go down as the undefeated Empress going up to the main roster, which I think is a excellent move. The thing about it is, it would have been fine for somebody to beat Auska in that women's division, but if you would have just had her lose on the way out, it just really would have killed any kind of momentum that Auska had built up while she was champion. So why not just go up on the main roster with that unbeaten streak and really let her grow as the undefeated Empress of Tomorrow? And we actually saw Kairi Sane on the stage when the NXT roster came out, and that was really Asuka's final appearance for NXT. Overall thoughts on this episode tonight, not really a whole lot to really write home about. I mean, of course, the game changer was Auska leaving NXT, and of course, the NXT Women's Championship now being up in advance. This could be a foreshadow of what they might do for the Mae Young Classic, which are the finals are coming next Tuesday. But yeah, I'd say the Hideo Itami Cassius Ohno match is pretty much the only thing you need to watch. But yeah, I'd say a fine NXT episode, and I've had to say the two things you need to see: the no DQ match, and of course Asuka's farewell. I actually thought it was very heartwarming than the Shinsuke, believe it or not, when he left. Alright guys, that is it from my end. I am DJ Kaz, and of course I will be back here next week to give you my NXT recap exclusively to PWFEmpire.com. I will see you around. Later days.